You know the story. Hans Christian Andersen tells of the emperor who strutted through town wearing invisible clothes. Crazy thing is, nobody acted like they could see it. His court praised him. The crowd pretended to admire him. They were all either too timid or too complicit to tell him the truth. But one kid, probably from Oakwood or Pine Forge or GAAA, wasn't having it. He yelled out the truth. The emperor has no clothes. The king was back necked, but no one dared to say it. The Adventist Church, for all of its preaching about truth, has paraded through much of her history with her behind hanging out on the issue of race. Ironically, our bold abolitionist origin as a denomination was just the opposite, but somehow we strayed. While civil rights leaders were protesting at lunch counters, our own GC cafeteria was closed to blacks. The late Alvin Cable reminded us that when King was assassinated in Memphis, his death was celebrated at Andrews. Similar reports in the Southern Union. Lucy Bird died after being refused care at the Washington Adventist Hospital. Things have changed, but big problems remain. The church has written strong statements against racism. We claim the mission to preach the everlasting gospel to every nation, tribe, tongue, and people. Yet, like the emperor, we have too often chosen denial over confession and appearances over authenticity when it comes to the race issue. Charlie Kirk's murder changed all that. For many African American Adventists, it was disappointing, though not surprising, to see Anglo Adventist media personalities and leaders offer public sympathy and admiration for a man whose rhetoric regularly demeaned people of color. To be clear, offering prayers for his family is Christian, but failing to name his racism or appearing to excuse it is not. To be perfectly honest, I'm kirked out. I've seen this story played out in different ways. So many times that I really don't have the energy or real interest in helping Adventists fix a problem they won't face. But for those who do, let me offer a couple suggestions. Keep talking, but keep receipts. The Charlie Kirk murder is actually a terrible blessing in disguise. People are talking. Adventists are beginning to say publicly what they have historically only shared privately. When pastors or conference presidents or media personalities normalize or excuse racism, call it out. Document it. Accountability begins with visibility. Strengthen black institutions and resources. Regional conferences were formed because of racism. They have emerged as much more. Until genuine unity exists, Adventists should strengthen them and stop apologizing for them. They are platforms for the prophetic voice. Same for Oakwood, Breath of Life, and ORCM. Encourage African American members to direct their tithe and offerings to regional conferences and black led ministries when trust is broken. Money is the language that institutions understand. Hold media and leaders accountable. Ask for an audience. Call for public reactions or apologies from Adventist media figures who praise Kirk without acknowledging his racist language. Press for policy and ministry change. Demand that the NAD or GC implements anti racism training for pastors, administrators, and teachers, just like mandatory child protection training. Request that media ministries like Amazing Facts develop materials that explicitly teach churches and members how to recognize and remedy racism in themselves and others. Escalate if necessary. If Adventist leadership and institutions ignore call for accountability, move beyond statements and boycott GC or NAD events that platform insensitive voices. Refuse to financially support ministries that undermine black dignity. Make it clear that silence will cost something. So there you have it. If the Adventist Church continues to parade like the emperor on this issue of racism, it will not only lose credibility and moral authority in the world, but among her own people. The church needs to follow the example of the new president of Oakwood University and not just apologize for sins of the past and present, but repent, name it, confess it, and turn away from it. Oh, yeah, happy Sabbath.